Okay, welcome everyone. My name is Tal Yeager. I am a product manager for Verify Continuous Integration here at GitLab, and joining me are two of my colleagues.
Hi, I'm Dimitri Ukstra, product designer for Verify Continuous Integration and also release progressive delivery stage. And
Hi.
Starting today or this month is Vitika. You.
Hi, I'm Vitika. I'm a new product designer for Verify Stage Continuous Integration Group.
Okay, so we're here today to go through the features plan for the kickoff of milestone 13.2, which will be releasing on June 22nd. What I'm sharing here with you is a list of the direction issues, which are our planned feature development in milestone 13.2. You'll see that last on the list is some improvements that we can do to the merge train capabilities, as well as continued work on the CI link tool and a UX improvement that's planned for parent-child pipeline feature. So going right into it, if we look at the first issue that was on the list, let me refresh. Don't know where that message came from. You'll see that the problem that we're trying to solve here is that the current visualization of a parent-child pipeline doesn't really depict which jobs trigger a specific child pipeline. So I'm going to hand it over to Dimitri to talk about how we would want to go about solving for this.
Thank you, Tal. In order to improve this situation, we're thinking of implementing a visual connection between a trigger job and a child/downstream pipeline node by adding in the additional information into the child/downstream pipeline node. Optionally, we're exploring if we need to highlight the trigger job as well. Back to you.
So in doing this, we're hoping to, in showing the correlation between a job and the pipeline it triggers, it'll not only make it easier to understand a pipeline, we're hoping it'll also help you trace the behavior of a failed pipeline when there's clearly visible dependencies that you can use for your troubleshooting. Next is an issue we have for continued work on the CI link tool. So the problem here is with the availability of the new features that we're releasing every month or advanced features for configuring your CI/CD pipeline, sometimes it's really difficult to come up with to keep up with how to correctly use them in your GitLab CI YAML file. Dimitri's going to walk through how we could approach this problem.
Thank you. In the previous milestone, we implemented a framework to support various types of messages, and the proposal in this issue is to display messaging about deprecations as well as warnings and errors. Additionally, we want to make sure our messaging is consistent across our CI linking page and the pipeline detail page, making sure we don't downgrade any other information and make sure the information architecture of the page is consistent.
And in doing that, what we want to achieve is that knowing what does and could break your pipeline should help you to improve your GitLab CI YAML file, and then ultimately increase the success rate each time your pipeline runs. And finally, the last feature implementation we're targeting for 13.2 is this issue to add a to-do task according to merge train events. And the event that we're specifically trying to solve for in this issue is when the merge train drops the MR that you submitted for merging. So currently there's no notification when the MR is dropped. And so therefore you don't have any idea that there's further action you need to take. Dimitri, how would you envision us solving for this?
Yeah, the proposed solution is to automatically create that to-do item for the user assigned to the merge request. And that simply notifies them that the merge request was dropped from the merge train, allowing them to have that feedback loop implemented in order to react and act against that.
You'll notice that the issue does distinguish between the type of events that will trigger the to-do. We certainly wouldn't need to create a to-do when the users themselves cancel the merge. And then finally, in solving for this problem, what we want to do is help you know when your MR is not going to be merged so that you can proactively make changes and make the necessary changes before submitting it again for merging. That's it for the specific direction, issues, and features we're targeting for 13.2. I'm going to let Dimitri take a moment to walk through the things that are planned UX and work in the coming milestones.
Thank you, Tao. Yeah, for planned UX work for targeting future milestones in terms of user value, we have three main themes currently planned, which is one of them that's soon up is to collect feedback through our UI for the directed acyclic graph feature, which we're going to introduce as a beta in the 13.1 release. This will initially only be visible on gitlab.com, and we're inviting our users through our interface to leave feedback in a public issue. We're going to guide that issue to receive feedback which we can work with and create insights and opportunities out of. So that is currently in progress. The other two themes involve the Jenkins wrapper solution. So we're going to focus on solution validating that initial work we have already done on this theme. And the other one is to expand our knowledge and know where our biggest and most high priority opportunities are regarding this Jenkins migration wrapper by doing a problem validation in order to figure out exactly what our users need and how we can help solve for that. And that's it. Back to you, Tao.
That wraps it up for what we have planned for 13.2. Thank you, Vitika and Dimitri, for joining me today. If you have any questions, feel free to ping us directly and mention us in the issues themselves. I will link to the issues that we discussed at the bottom of this video. Thanks, everyone, and have a great day.